Hello guys, and welcome back to Power and Revolution 2020 edition with our Israeli playthrough. In the last episode, we placed down some more solar plants. We basically spent almost the entire episode working on getting rid of associations that were constantly rioting and causing us problems. We've banned all of them, and I believe arrested their leaders. I don't think there's any more to it than that. I think that's all of them. I'm really not sure. We've only gotten 2 terrorist groups so far, so one of them isn't fully gone yet. I know that, so we're going to have to deal with that this episode. Starting this episode, I've played a little bit already, basically working on popularity. I haven't gotten too far in yet on my popularity. I did notice that Russia's having a wildfire, and while they're going to have no problem paying this off, I see this as potentially an opportunity to make the leader of Russia like me more. Now, we're a poor country, we can't throw billions at him, but it usually doesn't take billions. I'm just going to start with $10 million, and I'm going to repeat it, which I may or may not show all of it on camera, probably not, to try to get Russia to dark green and get the leader to dark green. So we're 2 stages away on the leader, 1 away on the actual country colors. The country colors only have like 2 green stages. The actual individuals have like 3 green stages, because if I can get them as an ally too, then maybe if someone does go to the UN about me invading them, I should be able to meet with both Putin and Trump and try to get both of them to vote no and stay on my side. Some of them may just vote no either way because they're on my side. That's my hope, since I can't get the UN to agree to bring me on board anyway. And for some reason, I guess because it's not a standard proposal, you cannot influence the votes, from what I could tell, of applying to become a permanent member of the UN. Like, I tried meeting with Trump, it didn't work. It never gave me an alert at any point saying that I now could do it. It never popped up like, oh hey, the proposal's actually going through or whatever, to give me that chance. It didn't do anything. So I know I can at least count on their help if I do attack somewhere and they do call for intervention against me. One of them may stand up and say no, and with permanent members, that's all it takes. If I want to really double down, I'd want to get like the UK and France and even China, just all the permanent members on my side. But for right now, I'm going to focus on Russia. That's all I can do. Something here has gone through a nationalization proposal. Nuclear submarines probably getting nationalized. So let's go ahead and try to get nuclear submarines started. 1 usually works. I'm just going to leave it at 1 for now. 1 is usually enough to get it started. We have nothing else currently being nationalized. I don't know what I would do next. Something artificial, like the tire industry. There we go. Let's nationalize that. What does the tire industry use? Rubber, right? Oh, no. Not rubber. Electricity, steel, and plastic. We also have the president of the United Arab Emirates wanting to meet with me. So, yeah, let's accept that. United Arab Emirates. Oh, so they like me. They're right here. They like me. They're a light green. Maybe they want to... Well, I know what they want to do. They want to trade. They want to either buy something from me or sell something to me. Okay, guys, so we have passed over into a new quarter here. The submarine sector is up and running again, so I can get that fixed. We have a $3.5 billion cash surplus. Looking better and better every quarter. This is not going to be a fast getting out of debt like I did with China and Brazil, but of course we're a lot smaller. We don't have those kinds of capabilities, so we'll just do what we can. And let's denationalize the submarine sector now that it is the way we want it. As you see, I have gotten Russia to dark green. I've gotten Putin here from the slightly happy face to the more happy face, so he's still 1 step away before he's going to necessarily agree to anything. I've put in $40 million since the start of this. It's just that our money's becoming worth more since we put it in there, so ignore the sense. When you don't use your own currency, the value constantly changes because you put it in a different currency than it's displaying. So I'm going to throw another $10 million in there. This is no real dime off our backs or anything, if that's even a phrase. I may be mixing some phrases there, but it's not too expensive. We spend more on a single star on things now. Despite not having a large excess, it's definitely keeping up with what we're doing somehow. As you see, it's staying in the same exact place no matter how much I increase spending. And I've increased spending by like billions. Look, you could see I've increased spending by billions one way or another. And that's not coming out of debt. My debt spending has decreased like crazy. Now, that being said, everything is inflating in value anyway, so even things that I don't really touch are increasing in price, but I have increased my spending just in general. So our law on the liquor tax has gone through. That was us basically abolishing the liquor tax. It didn't give us nearly as much popularity as when we abolished the wine tax. Alcohol and driving, so he's super upsetty because I'm not taxing liquor and yada yada, gonna cause traffic accidents. That's really not how that works. Putting like a 10-cent or even $1 tax, something like just this 1% tax kind of thing on liquor is not going to decrease traffic accidents. That's not how that works, but I am confident that in the game code, that is how they chose to make it work. Because I remember that event. That event started at least at the latest Rulers of Nations, the second GPS game, which came out almost 10 years ago. I would be surprised if it wasn't in the first one. We have successfully finished banning the homosexual community, and one of our agents was murdered trying to get into this little group here. But we now have 2 groups instead of 1. The ex-leaders of the communities are now the leader of these terrorist groups. I find it funny how it's always the leaders. Like, even if it's totally not a bad person, like, what are your stats? Okay, well, you're not a nice person, according to this. Maybe the other guy's nice. Let's see. Okay, no, neither of you are very nice, but you're not terrible people. I'm quite surprised you would turn to terrorism. Well, either way, we'll infiltrate him and we'll take him down. Those ones are easier to take down than others. Hopefully, me increasing my national territory agents will help. We're still recruiting them. We haven't actually managed to get quite to where I'm trying to get it yet. We could do with increasing spending here as well in general, but on what? I could use a couple things. Let's just put one into counterintelligence. Wait, what the hell? Do we have a number bug? Why is it telling me I'm going to save money if I do this? That can't be right. Okay, we have a number bug. I'm not going to save money doing this. That's not how that works. So none of the numbers we see are actually going to be correct. That's a shame. But not much I can do about that, unfortunately. So we gotta just keep getting our popularity up. I think I'll just try to spend some more and see what I can eke out here. Let's get... Okay, that doesn't look number bugged at the very least. Huh, weird. Let's just get this, photography and video games, up a little bit. Let's keep an eye on Russia. I want to make sure we get this alliance. Alright, you're not there yet. Let's throw you another 10 mil. The world must be so confused. Why is a tiny little country like Israel throwing tens of millions at Russia, of all countries? They don't need the money, or they shouldn't anyway, but here I am, still throwing the money out. Let me see. Help employing seniors. Yeah, let's get that maxed out. Help employing seniors. It will help our unemployment. Not that it needs help. Look at our growth is still going up and up and up throughout the year. I have a interest rate of 5% and the growth is still going up. My inflation is still going down, but you can see it's starting to level out here because of how high my growth is getting. It may start going up again. Not that we have to worry about it because it's already July. We're like halfway through the year at this point, or more, or about. I don't know, but we're doing well. Our inflation is more than acceptable. Our growth going up is not a bad thing. Okay, that's just us getting some ticks in here. Let's see what else we can spend. 1 more star on road maintenance. That's expensive, but fuck it. Let's put 1 more star on road maintenance. I am losing popularity because of that guy who's still on a hunger strike from last episode, despite getting a lot of popularity from doing this. I forgot that guy was on a hunger strike. That's the first tick he's actually shown up for so far in today's little play session. Let's get sports for the handicap maxed out. That should help. Ooh, why are you angry at me? I didn't do anything to you. I've only been increasing. I have almost maxed out my amount of spending in sports. Soon the only thing I will have left to do for sports is actually build new stadiums, ice rinks. We don't have a lot of development for sports. Like, we have 2 multi-sports complexes, but as for stadiums and everything, we just don't have a lot of this stuff. Israel's tiny and its infrastructure is not the greatest. We do have our meeting here with the United Arab Emirates. Let's get in here and see what you want. Clothing. You want to sell me clothing. Now, here's the thing. These prices are so close. Sure, you can provide me $2.48 better, but I don't. That's not good enough, and you're probably not willing to negotiate very much. You know what? Give me 99. You want what? No, these prices are too close. This is stupid. I'll give you a coffee though. Thanks for coming out. It was nice. Oh, you're appointed for life, are you? A president who's appointed for life. You have the wrong titles, sir. Maybe we should play the United Arab Emirates at some point. Maybe not. Oh, man, Jesus Christ, they have oil. Oh my God, they have so much oil. Holy shit. They only have one location, right? One region? Yeah, only one region. Huh. Well, that's pretty interesting. Maybe that could be a country we try at some time. Oh yeah, we're still changing the maximum school age. Forgot all about that. What else can I pour money into that I haven't already? We could do education. That's for sure. But how much? So that's going to be too much money. So let's get medical training up to here. Medical training is good. Better doctors. That will improve our healthcare system, which is always a good thing to do, no matter what country you're in. Very teeny tiny bonus. Genetics. Somehow that helped genetics. Don't know why that is. Where can we spend money here? More in aeronautic, maybe. Bacteriology. Ooh, that's expensive. Medicine, genetics. Wow, that's even more expensive. Are any of these that are already high up here cheap? Okay, this is ICT and cybersecurity. Oh, that's important. All right, let's put a tick into that. Increase our spending there. I don't know, maybe that'll help. I'm just trying to eke out, see, popularity really slowly. Media. Media liked that? That gave me a bonus with media. ICT. Oh, I know why. ICTs. That's what they call them. That's what they call this. They call this ICTs. I forget what it stands for. Infrastructure, communication, something. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess. But this is all stuff we can build up to make people happy as well. This will improve our economy as well as improve the life of our citizens as well. I haven't touched any of this yet, and I'm probably not going to touch it very soon because our economy is already doing amazing without much intervention from me. And this goddamn hunger strike. So after another $20 million in donations, I have gotten the leader of Russia up to a dark green.
No thing.
He does not want coffee. I don't want to upset him any further. So let's just go right for an alliance. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Can I have some maritime access? I can. Ooh. Can I have some air access? No. Okay, that's where you don't want any more. All right, let's do a fair trade. No. Okay. Last thing I'll offer. Everything. Okay, no. So you're just going to want to stop right there. All right, so what if I compliment your country? Okay, no, you didn't like that, but you still love me. Either way, I got an alliance. I got some access. The alliance was the only part I really needed. That should help keep my relationship with Russia up in a good area. I am now allied with 2 of the world's 3 largest and most important superpowers, and more importantly, I have gotten an alliance and good relations with 2 of the world's permanent security members, which is definitely better than it has been. Let me ask for a permanent member again, even though it probably won't do anything. It's just going to constantly fail. Not much I can do about it. I got to keep an eye out for China having a disaster now that I have some money to spend. China or the UK or France, none of them have had a disaster. The problem is they can pay it off themselves, so I have to see it the moment it happens and then get to action right then and there. I'm not going to lie, I am tempted to try to increase my popularity over here with Turkey, because Turkey would make a good ally. I was taking a look over here. Here's military power map. If we zoom in, Turkey is one of the dominant forces in the region now. Surprisingly, they're not much different in power than us, but we are somehow the 8th. Wow, how are we the 8th strongest military? We have almost nothing, and we're tiny. That doesn't sound right. But apparently, we're the 8th strongest, and Turkey is just one step behind us. In fact, they were stronger at one point. Not anymore. That being said, they are still one of the dominant powers, apparently not just in the world, but in our region. No one else except us apparently beats them. Not Egypt, not Iran. Unless you count Russia. Russia's a thing. So I feel like Turkey would be a good ally. Would it stop us from expanding this way if we wanted to? Yeah, I guess it would stop us from expanding that way. But I don't have any plans to expand that way. Really, my expansion was focused in this area. I don't even think I put any spies in Turkey, because Turkey liked me anyway. Let me just confirm that before I say that. Manage networks, no. Okay, so maybe I can make Turkey like me too, and we can get an alliance with them just to have an ally that actually neighbors us, which could be pretty important, guys, because think about it, we have a lot of allies, but where are they? Brazil, across the ocean and the Mediterranean. USA, same, other side of the world. Russia, close by, but how would they reach us if we needed help? They don't have a path. And while technically if I took over Turkey, they'd have a path, I'd rather take over like Iran or something. That would be a better path. What would be really cool if I could get military access through Iraq and then go wage a war on Iran, and then I could reach Iran through Iraq, but they couldn't reach me. That would be good. Oh, we got a nice little bonus here. Okay, because the law on the maximum school age has gone through, so it's now gone to 16. The UNO, yes. So yeah, they don't tell me when there's a chance for me to ask someone to vote yes for it. It's just, I don't get a choice with this. I just have to be okay with whatever the world chooses. Alright, Turkey already warming up to us. Let's throw another 10 million at them. This is how diplomacy works in this game, by the way. You just send aid. It's the most efficient way to do it. I think Turkey would make a good ally, though. If we had to pick any ally in this region, I think Turkey would make a good one. Better than trying to flip Iran or Egypt to our side. With Egypt dead, we could have full expansion into Africa, which, while it's not the best developed place, there's a lot of people in Africa, there's a lot of land, not a lot of resources, but that's fine. We don't need it. We can be like an industrial country if I really want, and or import. The quality of the land isn't what I would care about with expanding. I don't know why I'm even talking about expanding when I'm nowhere near being able to expand. Turkey is also in an alliance, I believe, because they're in NATO. So they're also in an alliance with the US. The US has troops here, and since the US is probably going to be my main ally in this, it's good to be friends with whoever the US is friends with. I mean, of course, if they're in NATO, then there's absolutely no way we would ever invade them. Yeah, they're in NATO. We're not invading Turkey while they're in NATO, so they're not even an option. What was I thinking? We'd be better off attacking Iraq, who likes me, than trying to invade Turkey. This is suicide, attacking anyone that's red here. Sadly, despite being so close to Turkey, we don't count as being eligible to join NATO because of our location, which is sad. Wow, Turkey is starting to like us a lot quicker than Russia did. What about the leader? He's not quite there yet, so we're going to have to throw some more money in there. It's okay, again, this is not an excessive amount. This is not too much. Let me see if I can increase anything over here that doesn't cost a lot. Weather. Ooh, that's not bad. Weather supervision to max. Okay, it's not bad. Maybe someone will like that. No, barely anyone. All right, that's fine. Agent infiltrated, nice, and agent dead. Well, we got one of our agents in there. Our agent training is still definitely catching up to the stars that we have it on. That or we just don't have enough agents yet. Not that I can increase it very much more. We're still recruiting up to the objective that I've set. Reminds me, I did want to get more missiles. I don't have enough missiles in my opinion, so I'm going to get up to 1750. That's going to cost me a one-time payment of like 27 million. Missiles are very important, and you have to make them. So we got to make sure we have them. I remember at a point in this series, you couldn't even make missiles. I think you just had like infinite missiles. I might be thinking Masters of the World, Rulers of Nations era. Or maybe I'm just retarded. Really, either one could be possible. Seeking more popularity, I'm going to go into health here, and I'm going to add another star to the fight against AIDS. Just one star because it is a little expensive. It took a total of 40 mil, but I threw another 10 in just in case to get Turkey and their leader to dark green. Sure. Offer him a coffee. Okay, well, he likes that. That will help double down here. Let's go for an alliance. All right, we got an alliance with one of our neighbors. Amazingly. Give me maritime. Okay, he might not like me enough to do exchanges like this. Okay, so 1 for 1. We have maritime. Air. Okay, 1 for 1. And land. 1 for 1. Nice, nice. Can we get a base? Not that it matters. Okay, no base. But we have an alliance with full access rights with Turkey, which means, well, they're right here, so that's really useful already. But if I do conquer maybe Syria, for example, then we will actually border an ally, which would be great, because as of right now, we're surrounded by enemies. Maybe I should make Syria one of my initial targets. Of course, you know, I would need the capability to do it, and we would end up in a pretty interesting situation if we did this, because we would inherit all of their terrorists. And taking a look around, actually, it doesn't seem like they have too many active ones. They and Russia combined may have beaten total jihad in the area, but the Kurds are still here. And the Turks hate the Kurds. And the Turks are our allies. The Kurds own this, they own this, and they own this. I don't believe they own anything anywhere else. No. I could always give the Kurds independence if I did end up taking over Syria, or I could try to wipe them out, which may be harder said than done given the situation here. I don't really know how it would be when we inherit it. So, I don't think I've ever been in that situation. At least, I don't think I have. Okay, so I've once again gotten a little distracted from here, but going back into our industries, we're going to try to get the tire industry up and running here. Very expensive looking start price. I don't know how that price actually works by the time that I actually get the sector up and running and denationalize it. Theoretically, we no longer have to pay any of that price. So it should basically be irrelevant, except for the short term. I don't know. I haven't fully seen the extent of how it can affect you, but let's go ahead and also try to nationalize the naval construction sector here. I'm sure this would help for something if we can get it up and running again. Our economy is still just booming. Let me show you the finance screen, because I never look here. The growth forecast is going up and up and up and up and up and up. It's fucking skyrocketing at this point, which is crazy, because we're only coming out the tail end of July. Our inflation, I think, is still doing pretty well. Yeah, it's finally leveled out, and it looks like it's about to be taking an upwards trend again because of how high the growth is. But if we can maintain a near 6% growth, 5.5%, with this level of inflation, that's really, really amazing. But that's thanks to our interest rates. I don't really know what's even growing in my country, and we have a demonstration. Who's doing it? The Ultra-Liberal Democratic League. Why? My dictatorial policy, man. You don't want me to do it. Don't make me do it. I'll come after political parties next. I'll do it. I'm not even doing anything. Wait a minute. Dictatorial policy. Yeah, I'm not doing anything but changing some nationalization. Don't make me do it. I'll do it. I will come after the political parties, and I will get us to one political party. I'll fucking do it. Okay? Don't tempt me, because I will do it. Well, as you can see here, the US and Russia did in fact vote for us. The problem is, nobody else did, and most voted against us. So I'm on the right track here. If I got all the permanent members to ally with me, if that's even possible in the long run, they may very well be on the track to accepting me, but that's going to be real circumstantial. Getting the non-permanent members will be even trickier because they'll just rotate in and out. I've been getting more and more proof and suspicions on countries, but I haven't really used it because we just haven't seen any luck with that kind of thing yet. The tire industry is up and running again. I went to the UN to try to accuse Eritrea because I was told I had proof that they were producing chemical weapons. That proof turned out to be suspicions. I hate when they use the word proof when they don't mean it. The 19th. So we've been infiltrated here for a while. Let's go ahead and dismantle. Being dismantled. And our agent here seems to have died. Thank God that wasn't the one I was literally just assigning. That would have been the worst timing ever. It's like, oh yeah, I was going to assign you, but you see the head of state was living at an accelerated pace where every second's a fucking hour. So yeah, sucks to be you. You died because the head of state was moving in slow motion. Our Secret Service agents have caught up. Let me bump it up to 2,000. Spend a little bit more in the area. Again, I don't know if that's a good amount. Getting closer to the world average, though, which may help with the Russian mafia especially. That's my goal, is to eventually get rid of them. Well, unfortunately, it looks like the Spanish, of all people, are financing one of our smaller and more insignificant terrorist groups. We'll still get rid of them, no problem. I don't even know which one it was. Oh, it's this one. Oh, yeah, you can tell. They went from like 90 members to 699. Can you tell which one is being financed by the Spanish? Luckily, it's the one we're already dismantling. Hopefully, we can still dismantle them in one go. What has been passed? Oh, some nationalization has been passed. That was us denationalizing the tire industry? No. No, I haven't even done that yet. All right, let me do that for the tire industry. And what just got nationalized here? Something up here. Naval construction. Let's put 1 manpower into there. A little pricey. It always is. It always is. We gotta do something dictatorial again so I can see who's willing to stand up to me. So I figure out where to, where to cut some excess out of. Let's put the freedom of teachers to indoctrination, which I'll poll even though I don't need to see that the people fucking hate it. Well, you can't hate it if you're indoctrinated, now can you? So we're gonna do that. And we're gonna hopefully not die from it. We shouldn't die from it. We haven't died from anything else yet. And we came pretty close to dying earlier. What did we get to? 12% in one of the episodes? So we're gonna keep an eye out on how they react to this, on who starts a riot. Yeah, look at that. Big frowny face, and the best you can do is give me minus 9.4%. That's nothing. We have gotten rid of that terrorist organization, by the way. They are kaput. Gone. Where should I improve some spending in order to gain some more popularity here? Wow, this transport stuff is very, very expensive. The cheapest one is 130. Alright, I guess I'll do that. Cheapest one is 130 mil. Let me increase that spending. Hopefully get some popularity boost, not anything else. Court condemned Shio Colon. I don't know who that is. Oh, that's someone that I had like a tie to and there was going to be a scandal. Or supposedly there would be a scandal anyway. I don't know. I'm not going to worry myself with that. Let's see where I could spend. Okay, all the sports spending right now is real tiny, real insignificant. Development of university sport. That should give us a popularity boost. Ooh, we got a nice boost, 1.5%. Foreign policy, transport, and air transport. Okay, I'm not sure where that foreign policy came from. Chinese mafia attacks Taiwan. Saudi government. Wow, the Saudis would not finance Chinese mafia in Taiwan. That doesn't sound right at all. Well, that's the beauty of a video game. Okay, our inflation has gone up by 0.02, not very much. Growth is getting closer and closer to 6. There's our first public finance hit. In fact, the public finance hit literally canceled out the rest of what I spent. I guess it's because I just spent too much altogether in one go, but oh well. The naval construction sector's up and running again, so let's go into industry and find it. Here it is. And then let's get it denationalized. We're getting through a lot of these. We're getting up to the ones that are like national resources, and I won't even probably be able to start them. Let's go do other surface ships and nationalize that. We also have researched the manufacturing of an ultra high-speed train. Let's see what that has to do with anything. High-speed train. So is that this? Yes. TGV. Automated. Oh. High-speed electric train that can go up to some metric speed that I don't understand. And that affects railway construction. Now, what came before that? And can I find it? So, industry, maybe? Would that be under industry? Hyperloop train? No. There's something here that goes down there. Where would you put TGV, they called it, right? TGV. TGV? No. TGV. Here it is. Okay, so it doesn't lead to or from anything. It only has to do with railway construction, which is a not very important thing at all, so I will go ahead, and I always try to do it from this screen on accident. Let me just go ahead and patent it. So that should help everyone with building railroads in their countries. Not railroads like high-speed railroads, by the way. It actually does not affect like the high-speed railroad we have going here to here. It affects its own little thing, which I will show you. Railroads, thousands of miles. This is automated. It's just built over time by your railroad industry. I guess it affects your economy and the transport of goods. The game doesn't tell you. I've never seen any information on it whatsoever. I'm honestly taking a guess. I'm sure there's someone out there that if I asked them what it did, they would tell me exactly what it does. However, I have no doubt in my mind that that person would be making shit up, because there's no tutorial, no developer blog, Q&A, or anything that actually tells you what this does. It's not necessarily in the manual as its own unique entry. It may be bundled in there with roads, but if it works anything like roads, then I guess my guess is probably good enough. You don't have any control over it anyway. Oh, and hey, look, Palestine is ready to be cyber attacked, which means we are ready to go to war. I've noticed no one has started any more riots, despite me doing indoctrination. So maybe we can freeze our dictatorial ways here? Probably not. We're gonna have to figure out something about the election eventually, because if there is an election, then someone else may just win because they're gonna promise to undo a lot of the dictatorial things I did, and the people will vote for that. So I may still have to go full dictator for all I know. And then we may have to stop the political parties from trying to kill us. Oh, and it may just become a whole mess. But that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, we will potentially take on Palestine and hopefully destroy it. We will see if the AI can cheat. Finally, I've been very much dying to figure this out. And that's about it. So, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.